What is up, YouTube fam? Fam? I don't got no fam yet, but maybe one day in the future we'll create a, you know what I'm saying, a little community, a little introduction of myself. See, I got a checklist because I came prepared. A little introduction about myself. My name is Jimmy, Jimbo, Slim Jim, Jimbo Slice. A little bit about myself. I'm 28 years old now. I just turned 28. And I used to have like a vision of like doing YouTube stuff like way back in the day, like think like 2014 era. I was just transitioning from high school into college, and I already knew what I wanted to do when I got to college. It was just a big mistake because no one really knows what the fuck they want to do. So I thought I knew what I wanted to do when I got into the college space, which is exercise science. So I got into school, and being that I was already an athlete working out pretty much my whole life, I thought it'd be a good idea to stay in the fitness area, exercise area, just because I found it like that's what I do. That's what like helps give me some mental health, clarity. So I really enjoyed working out. So I started up a YouTube channel like years ago, and I made a few videos, put them out, but I was always like, it gave me like, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, nah, it's not for me. But even though I still wanted to do it, I was just like more of like the repercussions, kind of just like what everyone goes through. The fear of like what people are gonna say, like make fun of you and blah, 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 all that bullshit. Who gives a fuck now, right? But needless to say, like everyone goes through it. So if that's you, don't let it be you. Do what the fuck you want to do and tell someone to get fucked if they have a problem with it. But like I was saying, so I started putting out like YouTube videos and things like that. Probably like 2 max. Recorded a bunch, edited a bunch, but never really just like put them out. And I'm sure I can find them somewhere if I dive deep into the archive. I stopped doing it, and 10 years later, we're here doing the damn thing. So fast forward to now. I'm now a personal trainer. I've been personal training for like 6 years now. I love what I do. I love helping people, but I kind of want to reach more people, but not only just like through fitness. I kind of like, you know, want to express like a lifestyle outside of fitness, because fitness is just a small part of life. You know what I'm saying? Like some people make it their life, which is cool. I was that guy at one point. As I started getting deeper into like the fitness game, I realized that it's really not only just life. Anyways, so like I kind of like want to branch out and do and show different things outside of fitness, because that's literally what's been my life the past 10 years or so. And I feel like this is a new way to create some more opportunities for myself, and just like challenge myself in a different area that might make me a little bit more uncomfortable, which is cool. We like challenges over here. So as far as like where I'm going to take this workout, YouTube, fitness, life channel, not really sure yet, but I do have some good ideas stored up in the brain that will be, you know, putting out into life. Basically, I guess what my goal is with all this is to like show the raw, authentic, like realness of like what actually fitness is. Because so, alright, enough talking about all that. Let's dive into this workout. Shameless plug here, but I do run a training program on this app, which I'll link in the, you know what I'm saying, the bio. And pretty much this is what it looks like, the Train Heroic app. And I write all my workouts on here, how I work out. So like if you're interested in the way that I work out, or like fuck with the way I work out, then more power to you. It's a 7-day free trial. It's updated weekly in like a program style. So there's not like a whole lot of guesswork. There's actual thought that goes into this shit. You're not just fucking doing whatever somebody fucking tells you to without like a fucking game plan, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what sets you up for success, and you can actually see the progress and the results that you're looking for when you're following a program, and not just like freestyling your way throughout your training. So let's dive into this workout. First things first, we work out at the motherfucking Pain Cave, which is a home gym that I set up during COVID. It has everything you need. I do personal train at a gym out here in South Florida, so if you're interested, you can also up with your boy. It was an upper body day, and we started off with a little bit of shoulder prep. I was kind of sore from earlier this week, so I don't normally do a whole lot of warming up. Usually my warm-up is like the first movement of the day, but I did these like side laying shoulder rotations. And if you think about what is going on with this movement, your shoulder is a ball and socket joint. What does that mean? That shit rotates like that in your fucking joint. So I was feeling sore and stiff, so I just wanted to get a little bit of blood flow in that area, just like, you know what I'm saying, like move things around before I got into like the actual overhead heavy lifting pressing movements. So after I did that, I went straight into some overhead press. Because this is the second lift, upper body lift of the week, the first thing I started off with was overhead press rather than bench press. The first workout of the week is usually bench press first, overhead press second. Because it's a different rep range and technically a variation, we did overhead press first instead of second, so that we could put most of the focus on that. So we were working up 3 sets of 8, building up to that RPE 9. So we really were trying to like full send that shit. As I'm building up though to that RPE 9, I'm doing sets of 8 all the way up so that I can get a good feel of like what the weight is. That's only on week 1. As we get like later into like the weeks, I stop doing like multiple sets so that I can use all my energy for that top set, and then I'll do some back off sets as like extra volume. You know what I'm saying? So we went from 95 to 125 and then all the way up to 145, and that motherfucker at 145 was heavy as fuck. Like, bro, heavy. And normally, like, leading up into that point, I don't do any belts, wrist wraps. I just keep it raw. We just raw dog the bar. But when I get up into that top set, that's when I start throwing on my wrist wraps and my belt, just to, like, really lock in on that set. And as you can tell, as I get later into the reps, the bar speed starts slowing down, but I'm still trying to think fast. Because I want to be able to use that stretch reflex to throw that fucking bar in the air, you know what I'm saying? So 145 was our top set of the day, and I was actually kind of surprised by that because overhead press is like my struggle in terms of like everything else. Not to say that everything else is like anything fantastic, but you get what the fuck I'm saying. Then we moved on to bench press, 3 sets of 10. Bruh, like my bench is like the weakest in the game. Like, don't even, like, if you're calling me to go like hit chest with you, like, I'm probably not gonna answer because like I'm embarrassed. Bench press game is weak, son. But we warmed up 135, 3 sets of 10, working up to that RPE 9, and 185 was our first like technically working set. Again, I'm doing sets of 10 leading up into that heaviest set of the day so that I can get a good gauge of like what the numbers are feeling like in terms of like the RPE scale, you know what I'm saying? Second set was 195. That shit was still kind of moving. I was feeling good, to be honest. Right before that workout, I did eat half a Chipotle bowl, so I had some fuel up in my body. And then, of course, the top set, your boy failed 205 at rep number 10. Like, the fact that I failed 205 at rep number 10, like, the last rep of the day is, like, the one that gave me, like, the most work, which is, like, the goal, right? But your boy had no spotter. Like, what do you do when you don't have a spotter? Let me tell you what you do. You figure it out. You don't fall victim to the barbell, right? You slide out of the barbell and you figure it out. And you live to see another day. You know what I'm saying? Right after that, of course, we had to go hit some back. It's mandatory at this point. I'm down bad after that bench press session. We have to make up for it. We have 3 sets. It's supposed to be 10 reps, weighted pull-ups. At my home gym, I don't have a weighted belt. I just did reps until I hit that RPE 8. So first set I did 15, I think I did. Second set, I think it was 10, and then the third set, it was 8 reps. Because I don't have machines and lat pull downs and things like that that work very well, I stick to the body weight shit. I do a lot of bent over rows. I do a lot of pull ups, dumbbell rows, things like that to help get in the rowing for my back. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't try to overcomplicate my training. I just do what the fuck has been working for years. Not just for me, but for everyone, bro. There's a reason why that the basics win, and they exist. They exist for a reason, right? So, once we finish our pull-ups, we go into the shoulders, which is some side raises. Now, this is where I was explaining like how I get into like the middle into one side of the spectrum, which is just like the science part of it, right? So, as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm leaning into the squat rack. I'm leaning into the power rack, which is putting most of the tension in the lengthened part of the movement. So when my hand goes behind my ass, that's when the shoulder is lengthened out the most, which is the hardest part of the movement. That's where also you grow the most amounts of muscle. As you can tell, I'm lacking in that department, so I need to step my game up there, right? So once we finish, so this was done sets of 12, back to back. I'm doing this one, and then I'm doing the leaning in, and then right into leaning away. And as you can tell with the leaning away, feet are all the way tucked in into the power rack, and I'm doing side raises. Same movement. The only difference here is that in this part of the movement, I'm working the most contracted part. As my hand starts to lift and I'm leaning into it, most of the tension is in that contracted part of the movement, which is now what we're working. We're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, right? The lengthened and the contracted. So boom. Once you finish that one side, you go right into the next side, no rest. And then once you finish that side, you go right back into the original side that you started with. And then vice versa, back into the other side for another set, and then you're done. Bro, when I tell you the pump was ridiculous. Nah, like the pump was dumb. I don't know if it was a combination of like the pre-workout with the Chipotle versus with the high volume and like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just stupid. And then obviously no workout is done without finishing up with arms, even on fucking leg day. Bread and butter. Word to Gunna. It works. Do your barbell curls. I know that there might be a specific, you know what I'm saying? You just turn your elbow a little bit to the left and you fucking target. Who cares, bro? Just fucking curl the weight. And curl it in the squat rack next time. And if anyone has a problem, show them the door. But, yeah, we did 3 sets of 12 with the drop set at the end of that. That was it for the day. And then here's a little physique update. Ugh, looking a little fucking embarrassing. Not gonna lie, but it's part of the fitness game, baby. You're not always gonna be fucking shredded. You're not always gonna be the biggest dude in the gym. That's why I have a home gym, so I can be the biggest dude in the gym. Also the smallest, which is still kind of like sad. You know what I'm saying? Like you're the only person in there, and you're the biggest and the smallest at the same time. But yeah, so that's what the physique is looking like right now, and I think we're sitting at like 170 pounds on a good day. Sometimes 169. Sometimes like 172, depending on like what happens. You know what I'm saying? By no means am I like perfect in the way that I portray myself as a personal trainer. And I know that. But it's also life. And at the same time, how many motherfuckers are on the internet right now, on Instagram, on TikTok, that are quote unquote natty, talking about, oh, lifetime natural. I'm a lifetime natural. And they're lying. But I have no fear in my heart in the sense of telling the truth. So lying about how you can make progress and living a specific lifestyle or specific ways, you can still make great progress in all facets of life and still having a life inside of fitness and outside of fitness. If that like makes sense in my brain when I say it, but I don't know if it makes sense to you guys. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much a wrap for right now. I do have some more ideas. I got some like merch that I want to like put together type shit, and see where this YouTube thing takes me. Needless to say, I'm done on that. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. But yeah, so that's it for the day. Like, I'm done with that. I'm already at 16 minutes, which is way longer than what I was expecting. But drop some comments. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think. Holla at your boy.